Trunks, and you're listening to Chibi No Podcast.
Protect them all! Oh my god!
Wait, explosion, murder, gun! Dynamite!
Strong.
I'm stronger!
And what is up, peeps? It is time for another episode of Chibi No Podcast. You got me, David the Smash Fan.
Mr. is not here. Japan here.
How's your tech guy?
And Boricua Senpai.
Quite that fool abandoned us.
We almost made it. Paul was waiting to figure out another way to sabotage the.
Good job, Japorion.
Hey, I didn't mention that Mr. is not here, though. So the fans will know. The real fans.
They would have known anyway. They're only seeing me on this camera. Like, there's no other person. Hello, hi, mysterious person. Mr. not here? Oh, yeah, I couldn't tell from this video.
You should put like an illustration of him. Like,
No, what's that one show where they put like the face or like it was the iPad or something. They made like a fake body and they put it on. What movie was that?
oh, I'm trying to remember.
That's on How I Met Your Mother.
Was that How I Met Your Mother? We should have done that with Diego. But like just do like a picture like of a frame and then just make a fake like a scarecrow version of Diego.
No, you can make the meme of the guy who disappears and like blends away.
I'll put him there in the background. See if you can find him. He'll be in one of the corners in a very
We
small.
could use the Bart thing and just had it Diego and then put like a cell phone on it and he's just looking at the cell phone and that'd be pretty much like he was here anyway.
Yeah.
Because Host is going to be on the video anyway, even though he's not. We can't visually see him. He's going to be in there because his Chibi's going to be there.
I can see him.
You can't see him right now. Shut the fluff up. Anyway, if this is your first time watching Chibi No Podcast, we're just a bunch of friends talking about anime, music. Well, no, not music. Movies and all that good geeky culture stuff. So, before we begin, what have we been up to? What's new?
What is new? I gotta say, I can finally walk away from Pokemon ZA. I did finish the game.
Oh, congrats.
Nice.
Yeah.
Congrats.
I even did all the side missions and
See, I don't want to do that. Some of those side missions are stupid.
some of them are annoying.
Yeah, they're stupid. Some of them are the dumbest things I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I have two side missions that I need to finish. One, I need to find certain things, and the other one is I have to.
Typical RPG fight stuff, right?
I think the worst one I thought was stupid was like this lady like, oh, I want to see all the flower colors of Flabébé. I'm like,
Oh my god!
I guess that's an easy one compared to the other ones.
yeah,
it's
yeah,
just a
that's
stupid
there are other hard ones,
Yeah.
but that one, what started. I'm like, this is a mission. Like, I don't want to catch five Flabébés. Was it 5?
Wow.
Yeah, I can't remember.
There's one that you actually after you have Furfo, the dog. What do you call it? The Furfo. I don't remember.
Oh yeah, that one's stupid.
That is annoying.
So there's a side mission where you have to defeat like the
Elite Four.
The Elite Four.
You've
But
seen Furfo.
You can only use Furfro, which is a normal type.
Weird.
And then after that, you have to beat the boss that has like
It's just
4 or 5 Furfos.
5 Furfros, and you can only use a Furfro.
Only.
That's a stupid.
Now you can get more. You can use more Furfro. If you have like 6 Furfro, you can have 6. But it's the stupidest thing.
I should have done
horrible.
that.
Yeah, you don't need just one.
I didn't know you could just.
I did
one.
only with one. I was trying to level him up.
You played hard mode.
I did finish that.
Oh my gosh, yeah, dude, that mission's stupid. It's the stupidest thing I've ever
No, but I
seen.
gotta say, I like that game a lot. The story kind of dwindles at the end, at least for me. But I think it was very creative. I have a lot of fun playing with my kid.
Nice.
Yeah, so.
I've been streaming it. I'm about to. Well, I need to do. I forget her name. Jacinthe. How would you say that name in French, Host?
I don't know what it looks like.
It's
what's
Jacinthe.
Desanshai?
I don't know.
Jacinta.
JACN. Hold on.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah, anybody could
Spell it one
senpai
more
with his world knowledge to let me know how I say this.
spell it again.
What is it? JAY?
No, Jacinthe.
Jacinta.
This isn't Spanish, you fool.
That was
If it's French, it's probably Jacinthe.
Jacinthe? Okay. Jacinthe? A sacre bleu.
They're
Sacre
weird.
bleu.
I don't know the rules, but sometimes the T is silent, so I'd say Jacinthe.
Jacinthe? Okay.
Dude,
She in the when you fight that's for rank B. You have to find a tournament. You have to fight like 3 or 2 of the people that you already fought in the ZA Battle Royale for like your promotional match. You have to fight them again. I am hating Canary. She is annoying as heck. I thought Naveen was annoying, but freaking Canary is annoying streamer. I hate her in the game.
And some of the fights, some of the Mega Evolutions give you a struggle. So
nice. I've been playing or just finished 2 playthroughs in 2 days of Dispatch. Are you guys familiar with the game? Paul, I talked to you a little bit about the podcast. Dave's host, you guys heard about Dispatch?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys have. Okay, that game, I'm pretty damn critical when it comes to video games. I'm very picky, obviously, playing a lot. I'm going to say it. This game, I give a 10 out of 10. I'm not kidding around. It is one of the best experiences I've ever played in my life of any video game. So it's typically like those. I mean, it's from what I understand, it was some of the ex-devs from the old Telltale games. You know, they used to be like those games. So, but anyway, they had a lot of cool actors. I mean, they got what is it, Aaron Paul, right? Aaron Paul's the main character, and they got Laura Bailey as one of the main girls. They got what's her name from IGN? What's her name? The Australian blonde girl.
You said her name. I don't remember.
I just forgot. I just told you the name a second ago, and I'm forgetting the dang name. That's embarrassing. I forgot the name of her. But anyway, the game, the choices. I mean, I've never laughed so hard. I've gotten emotional with it. They do a really good design on picking if you want to be like an anti-hero or a regular hero. The romance options are incredible too. It made me kind of debate my decisions on did I pick the right one, and which is really good writing when you kind of start kind of like, man, I kind of want to go back and try again. At the very end, you get kind of stuff with like fighting the villain at the end and stuff. It's kind of based on superheroes. Well, kind of. I mean, the basic premise. I've gotten too much spoilers, but it's pretty much just this guy that is in a Mecha Man suit. It's kind of like a Gundam. And he pilots it because he has no superheroes. And his grandfather piloted the original. It's the one that created it. And then he died in action. And then his dad, he piloted it after his grandfather. And he died in action as well. But he was kind of betrayed by the main antagonist of the film. You learn this like all within like the first 10 minutes of the game. And he's trying to get kind of revenge and track down his killer because the superhero organization that his dad was with in this suit, that killer was on his team and betrayed his dad and killed him point blank and with a gun just killed him. And so now you're playing Robert, the main character, and he's kind of the third generation of Mecha Man. And anyway, some stuff happens and then he can't use a mech. I'm not going to spoil things, but anyway, he ends up getting a dispatch job where he sits down at a desk, and what it is you're kind of commanding I think it's like 9 or 10 different heroes, but I don't want to call them heroes because what they are is they're ex-villains, and they're trying to get they're getting a job, they're trying to better their lives, but they're degenerates. All of them are degenerates. They're the Z team. They're the worst of the worst, the shittiest of the shittiest, and you're trying to find a weird connection with them to kind of go out in the city and protect the civilians and stuff, and you kind of command them at a dispatch center, and it's kind of some RPG elements. You can kind of command them with their special skills of where to go, and you tell them over the phone. But anyway, it's 8 episodes long, and the writing, the acting, it's some of the best I've ever seen. It is a beautiful story, and it's really raunchy. It's rated R, obviously. I mean, it's a lot of swearing, nudity, sex jokes, degenerate jokes, making fun of each other. They don't hold any punches. There's some really good comedy in there. And but anyway, highly recommend. The moment I went and got done playing it, I went to the Game Awards and I started. I voted for it for best indie, best new studio, best new art direction, voice acting. I gave it all. It's not my game of the year per se, but it's damn close.
Yeah, voting started yesterday. Maybe for yesterday.
Yeah, I'd probably give it to Claire Obscure as a whole. But if this were to win like that type of award, it'd be fine. But it's not nominated for it. But yeah, I'd highly rate this as like in my top 10 like best games I've played of all time. It is a masterpiece. I think right now it's sitting at like a 97% out of 100 on Steam reviews. So
nice.
Steam people are not nice. So it goes to tell you. Well, it goes to show you how good this game is. If you guys ever get a chance to play it, it's $30. I highly recommend it for you guys. I'd even buy it for one of you guys. I'm serious. It's that good.
Wow.
Don't tempt Paul with a good time.
I'd buy it for you. It's that good.
I have to go to Steam.
No, it's on PlayStation. No, it's on console. You're good.
And his wife has already seen him play Stellar Blade on repeat, so she is okay with whatever nudity there's there.
This has sex, nips and moaning. So as long as that's
dude,
okay.
I guarantee if Japan plays that, she's gonna come in right at that moment. He's gonna be like, "What are you doing?" Like, it's just part of the game, honey.
He's going to get that typical meme moment, yeah. But no, that's what I've been doing. I just got done the second playthrough. I did a regular hero, and then I did the anti-hero. And couldn't be happier. I am so sad that it's over now. I was staying up till 4 a.m. both nights.
Nice.
It's that good. I couldn't put the damn thing down.
Wish I could stay that with the
And it's enough difference in like your decisions where it can really change how the story flows. So your decisions really make a difference. So like on my second playthrough, I wasn't bored because it did differentiate the story enough.
I was gonna say, for when I remember, they showed the trailer. I think it was the last Game Awards or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think so.
And the first vibe that I got is like, it reminds me of Incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, it
It's
kind of
a
has
good
that.
vibe, yeah.
It kind of reminds me of like The Boys, but like a cartoon kind of style, but more comedy.
So Incredibles and the boys had a baby.
Yeah, pretty
A
much.
little bit.
That's a good, yeah. Anyway, that's what I've been up to.
What about you, Boricua Senpai?
I've been watching some One Piece, albeit slowly, but I've been watching it.
Nice.
Where you at?
They met Sanji, and then there's this guy, I think it's Barati or something like that is his name.
Well, they're at the
He looks
Bratier.
like, yeah, he looks like he has the Vegeta armor, but all metal.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I forgot
so that's
about
where I'm
that.
at.
That was a long time ago.
That was right before.
It's season 5. I don't know if that's truly season 5 in the show, or if that's
No, it's just the one pacing of how they did it. Yeah, you're okay.
Got it.
So
there's
you haven't gotten the backstory of Sanji. Then you don't know about.
no.
Oh,
No, that's later. Yeah.
that's coming.
Well, like when you find out it was him, then I won't say anything.
Yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to like Sanji a lot. Zoro's still the only character I like, but seeing Sanji, I think I'm going to like Sanji.
Sanji's voiced by what's his name, right? That does Trunks.
Chris Ayers.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Okay,
I do like his voice.
Oh, so we met him.
Yeah.
Yep. He's in the intro.
Okay.
he's in the intro.
That's a dude. I put those in the face and names together.
Yep. This is Trunks. This is literally what he says. Anyway. All right. That's cool. What else?
My girlfriend, I've been watching. So we finished Avatar: The Last Airbender, the original series.
All right.
Okay.
She gave it a 9 out of 10.
Nice.
Well deserved.
I for some reason I know you told me that, but I kept thinking that she was gonna give it a lot lower just based off her.
I thought she was going to give it a lot lower.
Yeah,
but she
pretty
actually said
critical?
She really enjoyed it, but I think it's because she's incredibly picky.
Yeah.
Almost like me, but for different reasons. But I think the fact that it blends the Japanese influence of anime, but American cartoon storytelling, that it just works really, really, really well for a Western audience.
Yeah.
So now we're watching Legend of Korra.
Oh, okay.
We're only 4 or 5 episodes in.
Okay. You
I'm probably a minority,
Yeah,
but I like Korra more.
What's
I
the,
don't.
what's
I,
the-
I'm in a minority.
I did a second review, whatever.
Yeah.
And I hated it more. I didn't. Okay, I never hated Korra, like
But
the
now
Legend of
you
Korra,
do.
the story, and I still don't really hate it. I
the
just,
last season I didn't like, but
I
I
just-
thought 2 and 3 were
I
incredible.
just don't like Korra
and
period.
character
as a character, and that's what.
Yeah. I still prefer the first series more, slightly, but I do think the storytelling is better in Korra.
I agree.
It is, but but some of the parts like it's contrived and it's so like they do it to make it different. That was the only reason they did some changes to it. And I'm just like, come on, man.
Well, they can't be
That's-
the same.
Yeah, I don't.
No.
want it to be
I'm
the
not wanting it to be the same, but they I think they made some creative choices in the story that I just didn't like. Like
I think the backstory was like the coolest part. Remember the animation they did
I
where they go
love
back
that.
in
That's
time?
one-
That was probably one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. It was
And
amazing.
Stephen Young does one of the voices.
yeah, he does.
Oh, okay.
I just think
I
like
know
the whole point like with the I loved how they made Toph like the only in the original, right? She's the first that started metal bending, and then it's like this very normal thing.
It's a casual
That
It's a
I
casual
under-
thing,
yeah,
and
that pissed me off.
And there was a lot of that casual thing, or like some
Did they do it with
powers.
the lightning too with the fire? Didn't everybody?
Yeah,
feel
not
able
everyone
do
to do
that?
it every time. Like no. That was stupid. And then like, well, I forget what it was called.
It kind of makes sense. Think about it, because it happened many years ago.
But it
They
shouldn't
could
still be that
teaching
easy.
past-
But it's not that easy. This is anyone can do it.
I would disagree. So if you look at like extreme sports like skateboarding, just look back 20 years ago, and like when I remember watching live on TV when Tony Hawk hit the first 900 on the vert. Now the amount of people that can do 900s, like, it's still kind of cool just from nostalgic purposes, but it's actually pretty basic. So when someone actually does it, then everybody else is like, oh, I can do it too. And it further advances. And this is a separation of over 60 years between. And so I actually think that does track to say,
Yeah, it makes sense.
hey, this person learned metal bending. So the others are like, oh, now they can just kind of channel into it. Probably not as good as her, right? But they are still able to do it.
I don't. Well, I mean, we never got to see how well she got to do it.
I
So that's
still
why it
don't- I
made it.
still don't like
It doesn't.
it,
It doesn't make you feel like any more special.
Yeah,
I
I
get
get what
it.
he's saying. It still just it did kind of bother me because of how much they made it such a big deal that like nobody could do it. It was like the rarest thing in the world, so it kind of diminishes it when everybody can do it.
Well, she invented it, but
Yeah.
that's, again, it still tracks. It's like, hey, she invented it, but now that it's known, other people can kind of channel into it.
So
But I get it because lightning isn't very popular, although it was very well known in that era. So I get it, but it doesn't really bother me that much.
what's the vibe check so far for your girlfriend?
After for 4 episodes, yeah.
She's liking some of the characters, but predictably she does not like Korra. And I know that's
Okay.
that's a very common opinion, is not liking Korra.
Yeah.
What was the friends the good looking guy? He had the brother or the friend. I
Mako?
liked him. The goofy one. I loved his character.
Oh, Bolin.
Bolin, thank you. Yeah, I
Yeah.
really adore his character and
I
his
watch
gross.
the series almost every year, almost like I
Of
watch
Korra?
both back to
Oh,
back.
both.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'll watch Airbender, Korra, and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood every year almost now. That seems to be a tradition of
Great.
mine. Last thing, I guess, that's not particularly involved with like a consumption of media, but my friend 3D printed a Magneto helmet from the Jim Lee version, which is my favorite Magneto helmet version.
Do you
So
have
I'm
it?
painting it right now, and I want it to look like it's battle worn. So I actually have like scratches as if Wolverine hit the helmet.
That's tight.
And,
cool.
And he has other, and so I'm going to use paint obviously to also look like the metal is worn. So some of the paint is worn off, so the metal's exposed below it.
Uh-huh.
And then for our homie Shark King, which I know he's been waiting for months, but this is one of those things where I was talking to our buddy Sparky Lemur. I had this vision of his Pokemon binder, and I painted a decent amount of it. And the more I looked at it, the more I disliked it. So I'm restarting because I redrafted a new look. So, and the reason I do that is because anytime I design something for someone, especially if I know them personally and it's something they love, I want to make sure it's something that's really, really good for them, or special, so to speak. So like when I, this long story, Mr. paid for me to customize some of David's shoes, and it was obviously Simpsons oriented. Like it took me a while to figure it. Once I figured it out, cool, I got them out pretty quick, but it took me several weeks to figure out what design I wanted to put on them. So that's kind of what I did with hobbies, with a bunch of different Pokemon and what I want it to look like. So anyways, that's what I've been doing. That's nerdy.
I'm excited to see it.
And I love my shoes. I say wear them all the time.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, what about you?
I'll do mine really quickly. I actually I didn't know that they finished. I think I might have heard it from Burikwa Senpai that I remember watching the first movie called The Maze Runner. I remember
I
them.
love that movie.
I remember them saying that there was a sequel, but I didn't know there was a third one.
Yeah, it's
I never.
Finish the series.
So
You
I've
never
watched.
finished it?
No, I never watched Scorch Trials.
So, sorry, before you begin, I don't know if you know, but it took a long time to get the third one done because the main actor got really injured.
Yeah,
like, massively.
I remember hearing something about that.
Something a crane or something. He broke his leg or something. He got majorly injured. Anyway.
But anyway, so I watched all three because they're on Netflix. I just kept thinking, oh, I want to watch The Maze Runner again. So I watched them like, oh, cool. Okay, now I can watch the Scorch Trials. And I'm like, wait, there's a third one. And I already gotten spoiled. So Netflix has like the little like thumbnail.
Yeah.
And so when I was like, oh, there's a third one. I'm like, wait a minute. It's like, wait, he just died. I just saw him die. What the fuck? How is he alive?
Thank you,
The
man.
DJ Squall kid or who?
Dang it, what's his name? I just saw it, but it was one of the guys. It's the guy, the William Poulton guy, the guy that is Adam Warlock in
yes.
Guardians, and he's in We're the Millers. That kid.
William Poulter.
Thanks a
or
lot.
whatever.
I
Yeah.
haven't watched the movies.
And the main girl in there, she was the girl that was one of the girls in the Pirates of the Caribbean 4, right? Or the
I never
5,
watched
whatever
that
it is.
one.
I think that's the same actress.
That's the one you should watch. That's the one that has Salma Hayek in it.
That one. I
No,
like,
it's not.
No, not that
Don't
one.
you
No, not
dare
that
get
one.
my girl messed up. That is
No.
not Selma Hayek.
No,
That is that Spaniard chick.
You're thinking of the side one. I mean the one where it goes back to the kids of Edward and them.
Think, what the fuck is that? What is that?
Penelope Cruz.
Yeah, that's her name. Don't you dare.
Not that one. I'm not talking
Get your
about that.
filthy mouth out of
I
there.
don't know many. I know more than Paul. So you
Don't
reach
ever,
out to me.
don't ever say that name ever again. You disgust me, Japorion. Horrible. Get my goddess's name out of your
Chris
filthy
actually
mouth.
is not-
Goddess.
She's a goddess. She sold her soul to the devil. She's like almost 60 and she looks fine.
She's all right.
You get out of here too.
I'm telling you,
With
man.
David, she's 60 and still looks.
We know that
absolutely
David is a
pristine.
MILF.
No, she looks great for her.
I am not a MILF. First of all,
You want some milk. You want some milk. My correction there. See, I'm tired, man.
this just sounds so bad. Like, David's a MILF. Like, oh dang, J4, you know what?
No, let me correct you here. He loves his milfs.
Who the hell do you think I am?
My bad.
All right, Simone.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh. Woo.
Oh my god, that one's gonna be remembered.
I'm glad I'm putting that as I'm putting that as a TikTok, man. That's gonna be right there.
David, I am not a MILF.
Live in infamy. Dang it, where was I? So anyway,
Yeah, you were catching up. What were you doing?
A Mormon, I'd yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's how I'm a MILF. Oh dang.
No, Paul is right.
Yeah.
Paul is right.
But Paul is saying no. That's also weird though. Either way, it's weird.
I'm not saying it. I'm saying that's what people could say.
I know.
Well, you thought of that
But
really
it-
quick, host.
He had his
Hey, I'm quick on my feet, okay?
That is true. He is quick on
He
it.
forces those puzzle pieces. Like, no, it works this way. Twist it this way underneath, and boom.
underneath.
Triggered my trap card.
Trigger my trap card. That's what it do, Yugi.
Who said anything about attacking the moon? Anyways, yeah.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so like I finally watched them. They actually were not that bad.
They're very enjoyable.
They're not bad. Yeah.
They weren't like super great.
They're sevens.
Like,
They're B films.
I think the second one was probably like the hardest one to get through.
I agree.
And I think like
I agree.
I love the premise of the first one, right? The premise like you don't know what the heck's going on. You get the answer that Wicked is bad, but they're saying Wicked is good. And it's like they're going now on to phase 2 of these trials. So when I saw the score trials, I'm like, what trial are they going to get if they got out of Wicked? Like, what is this next trial? And it didn't end up being really a trial. It was like, no, we're just running away from Wicked. Now there's these zombie things. And the way they explained it was weird. Like, I didn't like the zombie thing of it. I think that was just dumb. I think they should just have it as a disease that kills people. That's it, point blank. Like, I know they had to do something to get, the funny thing is that those people weren't even like a threat. Like, you know, like in The Walking Dead or in The Last of Us, like they're a threat always. Like these zombies, I should call them, they weren't even used that much.
Yeah, I actually agree with that. Absolutely. I had the same problem with it, actually.
Yeah, so I liked all the other conflicts, just not the fact that they were zombies.
Yeah.
It just felt...
Yeah. Can I use it to segue into a subject real quick? And I'm not going to detract because it wasn't part of the subjects. But so that Maze Runner came out during that era. It was like this dystopian young adult books that came out. Because remember Harry Potter and what's the other one?
Twilight?
The vampire one.
Twilight.
Yes.
Twilight?
They were basically the center of attention. It was like you were either a Harry Potter you could be both, but they always talked about Team Edward or whatever and Jacob in this. And then right after all that was already, I'm not going to say it's past its peak because those things are absolutely epic, even though I don't like Twilight. Then there was this weird ushering in, which I think was spearheaded by Hunger Games.
Yep.
And so that led to the Divergent series, which I thought those movies were pretty weak. Maze Runner was kind of cool, but still fairly weak. And then I personally am a big fan of the Hunger Games. So I don't know if you guys are keeping up with it. They're doing the 50th Hunger Games, which is Haymitch, which is, what's his name's character? I forget the actor's
Woody
name,
Harrelson?
but he's not in it. What?
Woody Harrelson, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's going to be playing it, and I think a thing I've been seeing a lot is people are happy that for Haymitch they didn't pick a big name actor. Some people might know him because he's in other things, but consensus seems to be he's not very well known. But they have a lot of very well known people because they have that Jesse Plemons guy. He's going to be Plutarch Heavensby. They
Ralph
have
Fiennes.
Ralph Fiennes, or however his name is.
Yeah,
who
Voldemort.
is Voldemort. Yep, he's going to be President Snow because we know Donald Sutherland died, and even if he didn't, I don't think they'd cast him. He'd be much younger. So the cast looks crazy nice, and the star of the show is going to be someone who's not well known. But either way, it releases next year, I believe, in November. And I'm just a huge fan of what they've done with those movies. I think I've said this time and time again to David, and I'll say it again. I think those movies did a great job at capturing the visual and even almost the emotional essence of what a dystopian like future looks like with what they do. So I appreciate those movies for that reason. I think that they do capture it really well. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say about it.
And this is the quarter quell, right? I saw the trailer.
It's 50 because it's every 25 years.
Yeah.
in a quarter quell. So this is the second one.
So this is with past. What? I'm confused.
Yes,
this is with past champions,
Winners,
right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So this is the one that's basically 24 years before the first one, because the first one isn't the quarter quell, and the second book is the quarter quell, which is the following year. So this takes 24 years before the start of Katniss Everdeen's story in the movies.
I have a question for you guys. I feel after the Hunger Games, is that not what kind of got the idea for like these Warzone and like PUBG type game types?
It could be.
Possibly. No,
I'm not sure, actually. That's a good thought to like consider. But
What do you call those type of game modes again?
Battle Royale.
Battle Royales. I cannot stand. And one that's actually the reason why is I kind of always blamed Hunger Games for Battle Royale because I fucking hate Battle Royales.
I was going to say,
but I was wondering if that popularized that idea.
Perhaps. I was going to say, if you like dystopian stuff, host, you should watch The Long Walk.
The Long Walk.
Okay.
That has some
Mark Hamill in it.
Yeah, some dystopian vibes on that as well. And for the Hunger Games, Elle Fanning is also going to be in the movie.
Who?
The girl who was the companion on Predator.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, she's also going to be, what's her name?
Is she Effie?
She's also in the Hunger Games movie.
Yeah.
This new one.
Yeah. Is she Effie? What's her name?
She's the lady who...
she's Effie.
Yeah, Effie. That's what it is. Yeah. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So.
Cool. But you said this is a prequel to the first one, so we're not getting like Lawrence or anything coming back or anything.
No.
Correct. So I'm actually super stoked. These like I said, I do feel, and I don't know if it's just my imagination and my geopolitical stuff. That's one reason I love Attack on Titan, which is a topic later for this show. I love anything that's geopolitical and implies a sense of, it's obviously fictitious, but it has so many undertones of like realism that could literally happen or have happened historically in human history. And I'm always enamored by that. So that's one reason I love the Hunger Games.
Okay. Yeah.
Nice. All right, boys. He's about like half an hour just talking about what we've been doing. Let's start working on some of the stuff that we have here for our topics. So first off, they released a first look at the new Legend of Zelda, the live action movie.
Yeah.
So it's going to be really interesting because I'm not a big fan of what it looks like right now, but that's probably just me. But a lot of people are saying that with that new, what we're seeing, it looks like they're taking some inspiration from Breath of the Wild.
Oh, yeah.
Well, from other things too, they're kind of grabbing things from a lot of different games, right?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so we don't know anything about the movie, like what exactly is going to plot or anything like that. But like what they're wearing, like we have, what's his name, Benjamin Evan Ainsworth. That's who's Link. He's wearing his green tunic, and I think what they saw was Zelda's her costume is what looks more like Breath of the Wildish.
And the interesting thing about that, she was holding arrows.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people are like, she doesn't hold arrows. We're talking about, but nah.
So I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic.
Same
with this.
Zelda's a very protective property, and it's kind of hard. It's good.
But it has Nintendo's keeping an eye on that, though. It's not like somebody else is doing it.
I mean, yeah.
If it were to be somebody else, I'm like, okay, now I need to.
But who's supervising and making sure, like, everything's going to be okay? Like, it's going to be weird to hear Link even talk for once.
Hello, princess.
What are you talking? Are you serious? We've heard him talk before. Well, excuse me, princess.
Oh my God, no. But besides that horrible stuff back in the day,
Just like, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't want to judge it off screenshots because we know that, like, with shows or movies, the director will have their own little filter, color contrast, and an artistic style. So we don't really know what it's going to look like.
What I would like to see is having some like elements of Lord of the Rings into this.
I agree, yeah.
Because I think it plays a big part. And I think they're even shooting in New Zealand as well.
Is what?
Too. They're shooting in New Zealand.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is also where they did Lord of the Rings filming.
Yep.
So that would make sense.
So we'll see. I mean, not much we don't know anything about it aside from they showed that. I think there's a video.
What's her name? Zelda's
horse
guardian. What's her name?
I don't remember, but they showed her like getting on a horse.
Yeah, but next to her was another person.
Yeah, I don't remember who it was.
Did they show some pictures that look like Epona as well? Not that she was riding Epona, but I swear there's pictures they had of other horses, and they're like, "Oh, that one's probably Epona."
Possibly, I'm not sure.
There's been a lot of different leaked photos on the set of it, but It's hard to judge anything. I mean, the Mario movie was good. I wouldn't say it's like life changing good. I mean, I watched it.
It's $1
once.
billion
Changed my
good.
life. We're talking about.
I saw it once. I've had no interest to go back. It's not a bad film. I mean, it was fun family film. It's not a Shrek or any Toy Story kind of good, but it was good. So I'm just hoping with this that it's at least good. But I feel this one's going to get a little bit more of maybe fandom attack.
I'm pretty sure it will.
Film, right? This one's going to be very divisive.
Yeah, I mean, if it were a CGI one, it'd be less.
I agree, absolutely.
But because for some reason, like, let's do live action. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, I don't remember her name, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Yep. Anyway,
It's coming May 7th of 2027.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Speaking of things that are going to start, well, that was started filming, but something that's going to start filming next year in February is the spin-off of Squid Game. So if you watched the final episode of the final season of Squid Game, you know that I don't know what his name is, but he goes to America to like see
Coming to America.
Yeah, he sees the main protagonist kid, and then you see the games happening in an alleyway with some American person, alluding to that the games aren't just in Korea, they're in other places. Yeah. So they are going to do, and the official name of the spin-off is Squid Game America, and it's going to start filming in February. Not much information has been given aside from the director Hwang Dong-hyuk and the producer Kim Ji-yeon. They'll be on this new series. Aside from that, there hasn't really been any information on what they're going to do with the games, how it's going to include games like from the US, which I actually, quick question, like, what kind of childhood games do you think they would add to this? Because, right, Squid Game
That's a great
adds
question.
Korean kid games and Korean...
I'd probably say maybe horse would be one. What's the one we like to do with the horseshoes that you throw to get on the rings?
Isn't it called Horseshoes?
It could be, but that'd be a good one. What was the one we played in Heartland a lot that was where we'd swing the ball around the circle? Like you'd grab the ball, be on rope, and you'd throw it and you'd go around a circle.
What'd you say, Host?
What?
Tetherball.
Tetherball.
I'm just thinking Heartland games we did. There's hopscotch stuff you can
Hopscotch.
Dodgeball.
Dodgeball would be great. No, he's actually not wrong. Dodgeball would be amazing.
If you could dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
American football.
I would actually like to see how they would incorporate Kick the Can. That's a really old game.
Kick the can would be good. Yeah, I think
Or kickball.
Kickball.
Kickball would be good.
I don't know, man. As much
There's
as it
a
sounds
lot.
very exciting, I'm not excited about this.
I'm not
The
either,
fact they're
actually.
doing a spin-off.
I don't think it was needed.
No, but they're just doing a cash
Here's
grab
the
on
problem:
that.
is when I watched the third one, they were trying to make the stakes even higher, but it was getting ridiculous. But then when even they were doing I'm not going to spoil it, but there's a certain character between a mother and a son. That's all I'll say. And at the end of that, I was just rolling my eyes, and I was just irritated. And you start to get desensitized by the dangers.
Yeah.
By the time you get to the fourth season, and you kind of know what they're doing, and it's like, oh, here we go more. It's just milking the same thing, and it just happens all the time. It's just it's kind of draining because the surprises aren't there because they're not adding directional twist, right? You can incorporate the idea, which is fine, but you got to make sure the story is, the games is only one part of the show. The rest of what the plot is underlying that, if it's just about another taking down the corporate heads again, that's going to be boring. We've already done that. So they really need to kind of figure a new way to make the actual main story outside of the games interesting for me.
Enough, when the show came out, the director said, or showrunner, that he only wanted to have one season.
Which one was enough, personally?
Yeah,
I
seriously,
didn't
and that
need, I
was
didn't
the
need
goal,
2 and
but
3.
because it got so big, they went back to him. Hey,
same with Alice in Borderlands.
Yeah.
That last season was not needed.
yeah,
It really wasn't. I mean, honestly, Alice in Borderlands, ignoring the last season we had, it's one of the best endings I've seen in a manga, show,
but
in general.
once again, they're doing the same thing in that show. They're trying to do a spin-off.
Yeah, and how that ended, it looked like they're probably going to go to America in that one, too. It's oh, God, I'm over this. Watch season 3 and just stop.
What about if they played Red Rover? I wondered how they would do that.
I didn't think that's...
Do you remember Red Rover? Paul probably didn't, but...
I mean, yeah, that's a good point. I mean, some of them they've already done that we've done here, too. What's the one where you pull
Tug of War?
Tug of War, thank you. We've done those ones in it already.
I think Red Rover, the Ring Around the Rosie.
Ring or other musical chairs.
Musical chairs. Dude, that'd be cool. I'm just trying to think of why it would be like cool to watch, because like it was cool to watch the Koreans, but I had no idea. I have like
the green light, red light. I don't remember ever playing that.
there's a green light. We did play that.
We did?
Well, I don't know if me and you did, but I did play that game.
Okay.
He played without you.
Red light, green light. But it was.
So yeah,
But it wasn't a song. It was just someone said red light, green light, red light. That's all.
They could even do stupid stuff like Jenga, like the big Jengas.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like, the big blocks. They could do
Pogs.
Pogs with the slammer. Pokemon cars. No, I'm kidding.
Remember Alf?
Yeah, I remember Alf. So yeah, there's some.
He's back.
They have
in
ideas
Pog
they
form.
could do, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I'm not happy for it. I mean, there's interesting things for the games, but I'd be more interested in like what they're going to do for the bigger part of the
Well, that's
story.
what I'm saying. Like when it comes to shows, they should put a limit. I think Hoss also mentioned this and agrees on this. Like shows should have a limit. The more you squeeze to it, it's a high risk of derailing the whole series.
Well,
Yeah.
the longer a show goes,
Yeah.
usually the
Unless
usually
it's
the
done
writing and stuff gets down.
Unless it's done right? And there's a whole
Not
vision for
unless you're
beginning.
like One Piece or something, but not everybody has like creative like design. Like even with like Harry Potter, I mean, those prequels weren't needed to be made. They just didn't really carry weight.
Oh no, they should have. I think well, I guess I won't go into too deep, but we talked about how like if My Hero Academia, if their movie, if they were to go in the back is like I would want them to go talk about All Might versus All for One. Right?
I would love that.
So like
yes.
Harry Potter, I think their initial thought was like, oh, we need to show Grindelwald versus Dumbledore, and then they're like, but let's do it from the perspective of Newt Scamander. I'm like, get the fudge out of here.
If they're going to do any prequel, I still stand by this. Anything with Harry Potter, the only thing that I really care about as a fan is I like an origin backstory of like
Of Voldemort?
Yep.
Yeah.
See how easy that was? He already knew what I was going to say
but
because everybody fucking wants it.
You know what they're gonna do?
It's the only thing.
I don't know if this is confirmed, but I did hear rumors that for the new Harry Potter TV show,
Yeah.
they're actually gonna do extra scenes.
What was movie 6 where they should have showed the backstory of how
right.
they found the Horcruxes,
they're
for God's sakes?
They're gonna include that. They're gonna start recording.
it's-
They're gonna record that early and show that into the first seasons of Harry Potter.
Well, but like I said, like the Half-Blood Prince, like that movie was missing so much context.
I know.
I remember going to movie 7 part 1 and my friend's like, how they find all these Horcruxes? I'm like, because of
Well, to be fair, they had actually less to go on. They just I can't remember how they
Right, but
tried
you
to
got the connection to what those, like the crown and all that. You got backstories
yeah,
of
but
those
we never
things.
saw that's the funny thing is you never saw the diadem, and the only reason that Harry remembers is because like I did see that diadem once but like you never see it in the movies, which is the weirdest thing. Is like
It's
you have to
super
talk
dumb.
to the ghost. I'm like
And
okay.
you mentioned kind of briefly. I'm like, that's kind of weird.
That'll
Yeah,
probably
let's
go
get
into
it.
a topic we'll bring up here in a bit,
Yeah.
but that's actually one of the main things I think about on the topic that's coming up.
I have sad news to report, especially I know Host is going to be sad about this. This is the next part. So, if you didn't know, the rights to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is specifically tied to Nickelodeon. So Nickelodeon has the rights to live action, basically anything. So if you remember, I think it was 2 years ago. I think it was about 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago. They announced that they were going to do a live action adaptation of The Last Ronin, which if you've never read that comic book, fantastic. Go read it. I have a copy. If you want to borrow it, go borrow it. It is amazing. I love The Last Ronin. And so I was like I was super confused, but super happy that Nickelodeon was going to make it. Well, Paramount, who is part of Nickelodeon, they reportedly want to make more of a. The words that they say in this article is Sonicify the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles franchise. They want to make a live action, but kind of like Sonic-ish. I don't know exactly how to play that, but anyway, that has basically made it so that the Last Ronin film is on the shelves now.
Well,
So
they said that it was put on hold.
No, it's canceled. They don't want their Nickelodeon wouldn't want their first, now that they're gonna want to do another live action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. They don't want it to be an R-rated one.
So I have more information on that actually than what you have.
Go right ahead.
That was
So they had all the script done. Actually, they just came out. I think the article. I think it was today.
Yeah.
The person that had all the setup for it, the biggest reason that they actually had to cancel it, they couldn't get. Nobody wanted to do the directing. They couldn't get a director hired. Nobody would come up to do the directing. It was posted and no director took it, and it's been posted for a while.
I don't know if what I saw was true. I mean, yes, David was right. I was pretty pissed when I saw that.
Yeah.
Later in the day, I did find an article. Again, I'm not sure if this can be verified, that it's not truly canceled. It's put on hold, and it's for the very reason Miles said, is because they're looking for directors.
Well, and no director's taking it. They don't want to. No, they can't get a director that wants to have interest.
I think it's for those multiple reasons. It's the director.
True.
The director, and because Nickelodeon also wants to make a live action one more directed to kids. I think those are all the reasons why they're like, we're shelving this. Not like you said, not canceled, but they're shelving it.
Merchandising. They make so much money off merchandising.
But
it's
you
better to
know
advertise to kids.
what's the cool thing about this?
True.
The fact that it got announced, and there's reason why. And there's people know, like, I guess there's working on the last Ronin. Then they can bring attention to other people that may want to direct. So maybe there could be a possibility in which some directors like, oh, I didn't know that. Let me see if I can talk to people.
So right here, I got that
That's right.
So the live action R-rated project has been canceled and shelved. There's no longer an actor-director attached. Previously, they did have filmmaker Ian Schuler, which directed Nobody in Talks before.
That's a good one.
The project was put on hold and subsequently canceled by the new regime at Paramount Pictures because they did not want their first live-action TMNt movie in over a decade to be bloody, adult-skewing story. Instead, the studio aims to emulate the success of its family-friendly Sonic the Hedgehog franchise by developing a new all-ages live-action reboot produced by Neil Moritz. So,
those rat bastards.
Yeah, pretty much those rat bastards, man.
I don't understand. Like, the last Ronin is so great. Like, I don't like, when they made the first, and we'll one day have to talk in more detail. But the first movie was an indie movie, was not expected to make as much money as it did, and it was far grittier than the cartoon that what gave the Teenage Mutant Turtles the boost in popularity. They did make it gritty, and that movie made tons of money. And then, funny thing enough, is I still love the Secret Demons. It's still one of my favorite.
My favorite too. Yeah.
But now that I look, I'm like, dang, they took out everything that made them cool. Like no bow salve, no swords, no katanas, no nothing. Because they want.
The first film was a better film, but I have more fun with the second film. Is it as good as the first? No, absolutely not. I'm not ignorant, but that's still my favorite. Seek of the Ooze.
I don't know. The first one didn't have ninja rap.
Oh yeah, the Vanilla Ice.
Yeah.
Go ninja, go.
But
it was cool some of the crossovers with Power Rangers as well too.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Which I forgot to mention this a while ago, but I don't know if you guys heard about this, but they're gonna be stopping making all of those Power Rangers series in Japan.
Yes, the Super Sentai is done.
Is it completely gone?
This is the last current season.
This will be the last season.
The last one. There will be no more. They don't want to spend money. They don't want to use any more of the
they're
effects.
upset. America has taken over the Sentai. Like, the American one's more popular. That's obviously a joke, but...
Yeah, but they're not making a lot of money over there. And, weighing all the costs, being a company, they have to cut stuff off.
Yeah,
so
fair enough.
Yeah, because they have the turtle Sentais. That's
They
why.
do.
Curse you, Japan, for even doing that.
They all become humanoids, and then
Bring that up.
they're gonna break into a movie now.
dude.
That's why Sentai doesn't do well.
That's the
Like,
one
Yeah.
in the
saw
movie.
that atrocity, like, oh, no, thank you.
Funny enough, so I was watching some of the actual Super Sentai that the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers are based off of. And it is so different. It is so wacky, but not in a good way. It's just weird.
Well,
And isn't the White Ranger kid a perv? Like, he
It is.
rope women without their consent.
It is stupid. It is so dumb. It is weird. Golder is married to. Do you remember he's married. They have a child, and Rita loves the child that they have. It's weird. It is weird.
yeah, well, it goes to show you how much Saban, when they got the rights, they're able to change everything to make it a more
And made it better.
lineal. The fact that they will see. Okay, here's the thing: they were able to do, all the Power Rangers that we've seen in America. It's a whole continuous story, right?
Yeah.
Everything else in Japan is separate,
Right.
and the fact they're able to cut and
Saban did
edit
really
a
legit.
lot of things
They did
together
good.
into making a cohesive story. That is amazing.
I still say the 2-part Green Ranger episode's the best work they've ever done.
Yeah, and I watched that original and that is so different. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Isn't it like season 7 or something of our first season or something like that?
I can't. Yeah, it's something like
It's
that.
pretty far in, right?
It started around in the 70s,
Yeah,
60s
yeah.
or something like that.
But it's like a later season.
Yeah,
We
you
got
have like
it.
these random kids that are like their friends are like this kid can't remember. He's like friends with the green parents. He's like, no, don't hurt him. I'm like, get away, kid. I'm gonna fight him. What the heck? It is so weird.
Interesting.
It is weird, but it was interesting to watch. Like I watched like the actual like all of it.
Where'd
Was
you
like
find it at?
this is weird. It was on YouTube.
Was it really?
You can actually buy the series.
I ain't buying it. No,
I wouldn't
don't
buy
think
this.
so. I am not buying that shit. I'd rather go buy a Happy Meal.
I watched some of the stuff and like, yeah, it's way different.
I thought the Japanese Spider-Man was bad, but this one was
But
horrible.
some of them were kind of cool. Like later on, there is a collaboration when they have like all the Power Rangers from the very beginning to the very end fight.
Power Rangers or Super Sentai?
Sorry, Super Sentai.
Super Sentai.
From all generations, they gather together with there's a Super Sentai that's pirates. Yeah, so it goes through a lot. There's trains. There's like you name it.
This like sounds like JoJo's Adventure.
But seriously, but I gotta
worse.
say, but I'm kind of sad though. The
Sorry,
fact
Diego.
that the era of Super Sentai is gonna be gone for a lot of people who grew up with that. It doesn't affect America.
Don't they have like 40 seasons? They're fine.
have more? But the fact that it's gonna be done,
40's probably enough, right?
I wonder
That's enough.
if America is gonna be able to make. I mean, I guess they probably make their own and drop other stuff, right? They have the means.
Yeah, I hope that they. I don't know what this means for the U.S.
They don't have.
because the problem is, and I guess we can talk about this in more detail later on, but you can tell, like, if you watch the original series, you can tell when they took it from the Japanese and then when they filmed it with their actual stuff, because they cheaped out a lot in the first season. Like when they had to shoot extra stuff for Tommy, like when it's a Japanese one, it's like his shield that he has over his suit. It's like this really nice like shield. Like it looks. If you watch the stuff that they redo, it looks crappy. Yeah, it's like this. It's like this cloth, and I'm like, oh no, yeah, that is very different. They filmed that in the English.
Yes.
Well, initially here in America, they have low work conditions. They abuse of the characters. That's why.
Well, you mean abuse the cast? You mean
in that particular.
That
sense.
also too.
Yeah,
but
Don't
like
even get started on
they
that.
exploded.
They exploited them. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
horrible.
But they cheaped out on a lot of stuff. So it was
They
weird.
capitalized. I think like 95% is all like went to the greed of the
Yeah.
and the rest was like pennies.
And then, funny enough, so interesting. So people had always asked, like, why wasn't Ivan Ooze introduced or used in the later seasons? Because he was an original character,
Right, for the movie.
right? So
I
Saban,
watched that actually a couple months ago, by the way.
Yeah?
So-
I watched it like 2 months ago. It's
this
great.
is the funny thing. Saban, right, had the rights to the Power Rangers, but then when they made the movie, since all of it was original, Fox owned it. And so to buy the license to use Ivan Ooze in their new season wasn't worth the cost. That's why they never used it.
my.
Even though Saban owns the Power Rangers or has the rights to it, they didn't have the right to Ivan Ooze because that was created by Fox.
Dude, by the way, if you guys go back and watch that, the actor, I can't remember his name, that Ivan Ooze, he kills it.
Yeah.
Like to this day, like I thought it was gonna be like that shitty like kid acting. No, this guy just made that his character. Like he is that character. Like Ivan just. You watch the Power Ranger, that's horrible acting. You get to Ivan, and I'm just like, this guy is gold. Like, this is amazing. Every time he's on camera, he's just brilliant.
No,
Yeah.
but recently I've been watching, like, there's a YouTuber who does recaps for each particular Power Ranger saga.
Okay.
In America.
Okay.
I gotta say, there's a level of consistency, like from the original Power Rangers to what Power Rangers
Time and Space
Yeah.
and
after that, I kind of stopped watching. So
same. I
don't
think
know what
Space was
happened.
the end I got.
But there's like a bunch more that a YouTuber.
Wait, was Turbo after or before Space?
It was before. So the original
then
Turbo.
it was
No, I know.
Neo
Neo, yeah. So original Neo, Turbo, and I believe it's Space.
Galaxy. And
No,
then,
but up to Space, that was like
That's as far as I got. That was when
I-
Batman Beyond was on.
yeah, but that was like the US's version, a conclusion of everything, like with
Zordon.
Zordon.
Didn't he like die?
Yeah,
or
he
something?
dies. Yeah, he tells, I forget what the Power Ranger's name, but the Red Power Ranger to chuck his dagger and to
Yes,
blow it up.
yes.
So that ends the Zordon saga, I guess you can call it, because then they have different people who call upon the Rangers, not Zordon
Wasn't that
anymore.
the last season Tommy did too? Was the Space one?
well, they come back.
No, I know, but is he like the main Ranger? Like,
It was Turbo. He wasn't.
He was in Space. He
but
was,
not as a main one. No, he wasn't a main one.
Yeah,
He
he left.
Main?
He wasn't in it.
Yeah, he was.
No,
I thought he was a Black Ranger in that one.
That's
No,
that's
somebody else.
Zio.
Oh,
that was
No, that was Jason.
Jason.
That was Jason. Jason was the black
one.
that's right. I could have sworn he's in the space one. I thought
He's in. After that, he's not.
Billy is. Billy's in it.
Billy is, but he's not.
So he's not a ranger. I think he's just there like helping out, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then later on,
In
some of the
Dino
characters,
Thunder.
they come back to do some cameos or special training, like Johnny Bosch, the black.
Johnny Young Bosch. Yeah, Adam.
He comes back to train one of the future Power Rangers
Oh, cool.
on a
That's
couple
cool.
episodes. So they do cameos here and there, and then they do
Yeah.
also do a whole. They did something very similar to Japan, but in a lower scale with all the Power Rangers in America. That was also really cool to see.
Yeah, Jason David
Cool.
Frank did come back as an actual ranger in Dino Thunder,
Oh, I didn't know that.
and then he came back for another.
he has some cameos. I know,
Yeah,
like
then he has
that
some other
big
cameos,
one,
yeah. So
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was just curious.
interesting stuff.
Fun to know.
Get ready for some colossal times because Attack on Titan concert is coming next year. It has a U.S. tour date and on March 26th. I
Concert or
believe.
like a Broadway thing?
No, it's a concert. So the music.
Final Fantasy,
Huh?
the Final Fantasy concert that I was telling you about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
Titan.
yeah,
Okay.
Attack on Titan's gonna have. It's gonna come to Utah on March 29th. Tickets are on sale, I believe, right now.
Yes, they are. Where?
Not sponsoring the podcast.
And then they're not sponsors. Here's 2 tickets. No, fudge that. We got nothing.
They should give you some tickets.
No, they're not. I can ask them, but dude, if we get over 100 views in this podcast, then sure, I'm pretty sure they'll give us that.
Okay, let's
I doubt it. They will though.
We'll have to pay money to promote it.
What do you guys feel about it? I mean, I don't know if you'd go or not, but like,
I'm gonna say I'm excited. The fact that Utah is getting more attention with the concerts, it's awesome, and the fact that we're getting anime concerts like this, it's building the reputation. Because other places they get it all the time. I know South America always get like a Dragon Ball Sensei orchestra. Like,
dude, because look at all those otakus in South America.
last year, I know that Evangelion did one in California as well for 2 locations. And the fact that they're coming a little bit more to other places here in Utah, in the States, in Utah, that's awesome. People should go.
I think it's great. I think you're right. I just don't think it's an anime, particularly with a soundtrack that I would go pay money to.
Okay.
Like the Naruto or like One Piece, Dragon Ball, like those are like really good music.
See,
but
I
don't know.
And here's the thing. Like, I went to the Naruto one, I think last year.
I'd love to see a Naruto one.
The Naruto one was awesome.
Yeah, I bet it freaking was. The soundtrack's so
I
good.
think I
with
told some
Naruto.
of you guys about like they basically did the whole recap for the first Naruto part. There are times in which they did the openings. They sing the openings of the anime songs.
Oh my god! I would
See, I would love to see that. I would love to see that for Attack on Titan. I love those openings, and to hear it orchestrically
some of them.
would be the first one I want to hear orchestrically.
Yeah, I agree with that. But
And-
like as a whole, as a show, I didn't find out. Some of them got a little like baby metalish and kind of weird.
So the question
I don't know.
is it going to be? I don't know exactly. I know they're on sale, but is it going to be like showing some clips of the show? I'm guessing.
I mean,
and then the music,
if-
or is it just the music itself?
if this
Either way.
if it's like any of the orchestra tours that I've seen on YouTube when they do in Japan, it looks like they will.
yeah,
Now, I must also assuming that this is the American orchestra. They're not flying like people from Japan here, right? So,
Let me double check.
but yeah, I think it is. It's
It
not
says
something I'll
the-
pay, but
the
it's something
let
that's
me
great
see.
for us to have here in Salt Lake. I agree. I mean, if you're a fan, not a fan, but like you're interested in that kind of stuff, like absolutely.
I think so. And the more
They deserve
people
it, yeah.
buy tickets,
I think it is
for
You think they're
Japan,
flying them down?
because this isn't just. It says it's a tour that's spanning North America, Europe, Asia, and Oceania.
It
I don't
might be
think they
them.
would do that and just say like,
Ooh.
"Hey, Utah Symphony, will you play this?" No, I'm pretty sure
That
it's.
was my thought too.
The one from Naruto, it was an all American orchestra.
Yeah, I don't think so. At least I don't
big
think
deal
so.
That's pretty good.
Because it says because it's So I think that's actually I really do like the music from Attack on Titan. They do have rock. They do have like kind of not techno, but like
It's pretty diverse. It's heavy stuff though.
yeah. Oh, but the singing. Oh, like I love all the singing parts. Like I don't know what she said, but the kind of opera voice like dun 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 dun. I was like,
I
oh,
can see how it would work. I still think
I
for
love
me,
it.
my number one would be Naruto if they ever come back again. That'd be my number one I'd pick for me. I wish I could have saw that.
For me, it will be the Sensei one because I've been wanting to go ever since forever ago.
I dog on it, but I would want to watch the Dragon Ball one. Just
Why would
because
you
like
dog on it?
because I don't like watching it. Like watching Dragon Ball Z.
It's gonna be the Japanese orchestra.
It's a Japanese orchestra. Like
the
Japanese music, I like.
Yeah.
I just don't like watching Dragon Ball Z with it.
Well, we're just talking about orchestra music, though.
Right. So
usually for the orchestra,
It's-
ideally they travel the whole team from Japan,
Right.
and they're the ones who are performing the music from the original series.
so they wouldn't play the Bruce Faulkner music at all.
No, I know that.
Yeah.
It'd be the original Japanese,
Right.
which I'm fine with. It's like Dan and all that, so it's fine.
cool.
Right. But overall, like I don't like watching Dragon Ball Z
I want my music dubbed.
with that music.
I want my music
Oh, that. Well, yeah. I guess
That's why I'm saying like
you're talking
watching
about
it.
You're talking about ambiance music. I was talking about like they're like songs on the soundtrack.
No, it will be. Well, for Naruto,
Would it be like the old 70s ambiance type shit?
for Naruto, it was the openings, but also the OST, the original soundtrack.
That
Yeah.
works fine, though.
So I'm guessing if they were,
If they were to do it, they would do like
They
not
would
just
do-
the openings,
Then
but like.
I understand what he's saying. That would be
Yeah.
a little rough, actually. I agree with you.
so
But that's because I didn't like. It's funny because I do like the music
The music.
by itself.
Yeah.
by itself. When it's playing in the anime, I
Not
don't
at
like
all.
it. See,
I
that's
agree.
that's the thing. So
I
like,
get it.
I think I would enjoy it more, hearing it,
Then
and I'd be like,
watch it on the
then watching it on my show, I'd be like, yeah.
That's a great point.
Because I really do like the music that they play, like because they do head chill up when they do like the previously on Dragon Ball Z. I love that like dun, 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 do 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 dun, 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 do 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 do. But like when watching it, I was like, oh, come on, man, get this crap out of here. It's just funny. It's a weird.
I get what you're saying.
Little thing I have.
totally get what you're saying.
Host, would you go to the Attack on Titan orchestra?
Yeah, if I did, I'd go with my girl because she loves Attack on Titan, and I do like the music a lot as well. So I would enjoy it, but I wouldn't go by myself.
I'd go with you.
Fair
must
enough,
go
I
with
would
his
with
girlfriend.
you, Yeah.
I'll be in Paul's words, I'll be your MILF.
biggest milf.
Oh my god.
Oh, man.
Look what you did, Japorion.
Oh my god.
You ruined it.
You're perverted.
Bunch of sick fucks.
Anyway, Thanksgiving is coming up.
What are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for everything else.
Not thankful for being a Mormon MILF?
No, it's just a MILF, but the M stands for Mormon.
I know, that's why I'm throwing that in so the viewers don't get
Yeah,
confused
there you
when they
go.
just jumped in at 45-minute timer for whatever we're at.
1 hour and 2 minutes.
Never mind.
All right.
So Kpop Demon Hunters is actually gonna have its own balloon in the Macy's Day Parade.
Oh, nice.
So I mean,
for them.
I don't think they were ever expecting to it be this
No,
big.
they were not. Nor was Sony.
No, it's Sony, and
Sucks to be you guys.
and funny enough, like, well, I guess the kind of like so there because it came out in streaming, and even though it had like a theatrical one, which actually made pretty good money,
I heard it's theatrical. I would have loved to seen that.
Yeah, there was
it wasn't.
Well,
and it came
seen
back
that.
again.
Yeah, it didn't qualify for England's like Oscar equivalent that they have there because it wasn't a quote unquote theatrical release, even though it did have one.
Fair.
So, but anyway,
It's pulling for the Oscars here, though. There.
yeah, for the Oscars, it could.
Yeah, it's a brilliant film.
Along with this, so this is going to be interesting. So the three singers of the main cast, they also will be playing the song Golden during the parade.
Good for them.
So I know like the main singer has been sick, which is why she hadn't sung like the original song in the original key. When she sang it live on Jimmy Fallon a few weeks ago,
Yeah, I saw that
she
one.
sang it in like a lower
She didn't
register.
hit the registry she hit in the show. Yeah.
Yeah, because again, she was saying because she's been sick, and I know with like with your voice, the type of thing she had, it could really affect her if she tried to go that high. Not saying that she can't.
Yeah, we all know she can. You can hear
Yeah.
the real version, but good on them. I think the only one that was actually a real K-pop star was one of the guy singers. Actually, it was like an active.
Ask your point on, he knows.
It was a guy. It was one of the guy singers in the guy band.
Yeah, so, well, there's a little bit of contribution. Some of the music was actually provided by artists, like songwriters from companies.
Yeah.
The guy who does what's the name of the main guy on the show?
I don't remember his name, but I know you're talking about.
He is voiced by this guy who was also trying to be a K-pop idol. He was in a television competition. He didn't make it, but he's still able to make music.
Well, there was somebody in the actual show, one of the singers that is an active They have
Yeah,
one
yes,
person.
one is from the
It's a guy.
Black Label company.
Yeah, it's a guy singer. Because the rest didn't get that acknowledgement, but now they did over the show, like
Right.
girls, which is good for them.
I mean, mostly because they are the main characters. Right?
no, but what I mean is like their voice and the songs are so good. I mean, they're actually getting recognition, but they were trying to do that idol stuff, but they never got the opportunity. That's what I'm trying to say.
That also remind me, they are actually in talks of making that band, the
No
Saja
kidding.
Boys, into like releasing more music.
That's cool.
You know what the next music should be in? The sequel. Because it deserves it.
I mean,
In 2029.
for sure.
I don't care.
No,
the universe is brilliant.
It's happening, but they're making more music.
I mean, that's cool. I wouldn't want to wait till 2029 for them to release music.
You still haven't watched it, right, Dave?
Nope.
It's brilliant.
He doesn't
I've
wanna
heard it's
watch
good.
It's
I never
very
said I don't
good.
want to watch it. I
Hey,
just
It's
I
not-
told- I
it's
just
not-
watch it. I don't want to watch
It's not a film that's like, it's okay. No, it's
no.
brilliant.
gonna-
I'm not
Play.
saying that I don't want to watch it. I just
You
like
have a good
it
time.
never comes to my mind like, oh, I should watch it. I'm just like,
We were at my house. We were both to push play. Like, I don't want to watch it.
yeah, at that moment I didn't want to watch it. At that moment. You can have times you want to watch a movie and sometimes you don't.
I mean, I was kind of the same way when I first watched it. I heard the hype online. I'm like, I don't know what the hell this is. And I saw the trailer and I saw the goofy faces. I'm like, yeah, I could use a laugh. And I played it. I'm like, I was going in. I was just like, getting a B film. Like, this is going to be whatever. And then all of a sudden I'm just laughing my ass. I'm like, son of a bitch, this is
Yeah.
amazing. What the
Yeah,
heck
good
am I
music.
watching?
Good story. It's brief.
Brilliant.
Captivated a lot of audiences, young,
Yeah.
old. Like the music has been playing everywhere, like Frozen. They're getting toys. They're getting Fortnite collaboration, which that was also a thing.
Good for them.
Yeah, so it's definitely getting more and more attention. Sadly enough, do you know that the girl who was AJ, she was actually supposed to be a K-pop idol, but the company that she actually applied for rejected her. And now she's
I'm glad they did. I'm glad they did because I was always going to
She composed music for some of the artists in the K-pop industry.
I'm glad she got rejected. It worked out.
Now everybody's gonna chase her, especially in Korea now.
I
You
like
just need to
the
tell them no, and she'll just keep doing the sequels.
I like in the interview she talked about how she came up with the melody for Golden.
Oh, she did?
So if I remember correctly, she was at the dentist or going to the dentist, and she just was kind of humming this thing. She's like, "Oh, I think this would be good." And so she recorded on her phone like the melody,
Humming and stuff.
of like the main melody of the chorus. And then she sent it to the guy, and he's like, "We need to record this. This is going to be
Big.
golden."
Oh my God.
Anyway, but yeah,
The
so
first song on the soundtrack is actually my favorite. So
I don't know what that is. Which one that is?
I don't remember. That
I
name.
know-
It's
I know-
The very first song. It's freaking fire.
I know some of the songs. I know Takedown, Golden. That's it.
That's the very first song. Yeah.
Have you seen it, Boricua Senpai?
No, my siblings have wanted me to watch it, and I'm not against it, but much to you, I'm like, I'm not in the mood to want to watch something new and commit to it. So I'm not against it. I just haven't decided I wanted to watch it.
I get it. I get you.
This is the full soundtrack.
It's organized different than I'm used to.
Oh, this is the deluxe version. This is not the.
Yeah,
That's right.
That doesn't look like. It has
All
like
right.
a prologue and stuff.
Alrighty, guys. Let's move on. We're gonna move on to our main topic. Okay. So the main topic, the reason I wanted to bring this up is something that I read, and it's what sparked this interest or this question to everyone. So as you know, this has nothing to do with this movie, but the movie Wicked for Good has come out. It came out yesterday. At the time of this recording, it came out yesterday. Officially comes out today, but it came out yesterday. And so I know that they've changed a few things from the musical, which they did in the first movie, which is fine. But one of the things that they changed, which to me made no sense, was there's a part in the beginning of the movie, somewhere in the beginning of the movie, where Elphaba's sister, so I won't explain everything, but Elphaba's sister can't walk, right? So, and Elphaba's a super powerful witch. She goes to talk to her sister, and her sister gets upset with her. She's like, "You have all this power to do so many great things. Why didn't you ever give me a way to walk?" Because she's paraplegic at this moment. So this is how they tie this to the Wizard of Oz, where Elphaba enchants these slippers, these silver slippers, enchants them, becomes red, and then gives it to her sister, and she's able to walk. Now, in the Wizard of Oz, again, I've never seen either, but the house that Dorothy's house that falls when she lands in Oz is the one that kills her, and the slippers that you see. That's the slippers that Dorothy gets later on, right? So she's able to walk, and the sister's happy. In the movie, so they kept this. That was from the original book. They kept that in the musical. In the movie, they changed it. So now instead of having her walk, basically the shoes give her the ability to fly or levitate or
defy gravity.
Yeah, defy gravity. And I don't know all of the official reasons why they did this, but a lot of people are speculating that the reason that this is because if they had this person walk, it would be insensitive to the disabled people. I don't know how much of that is true. Yeah,
I knew Host was gonna start laughing. I knew there's.
It's like.
I knew it. I knew he was gonna freak out. Hold on, Host. Do you have anything to just add real quick?
It's just like, yeah, that means at some point in the boardroom, they were all huddled around a big table looking at the storyboard and go, we must not offend those that are unable to walk. It's just like, dude, just make the movie. I guarantee you the wheelchair folk are going to be okay.
My whole thinking was like, if you told any most people that can't walk, if you told them, I give you these shoes to walk, I'm pretty sure all of them would say, yeah, I will take that to walk.
Oh my God, I'm crying, Host. I have tears right now. Just because I got the image of what he said with the people on the board. Like, we can't offend this.
It's not the fact, it's what led up to it. There was literally a bunch of people circle jerking each other. Like, we must not offend the wheelchair folk. It's just like, come on, just make the movie.
I never thought of it like that. He kind of got some point.
Yeah. But this was like such a ridiculous change to the musical and to the book. It just makes no sense. Which that segues into the actual topic.
I'm sorry, I can't. I just keep thinking of the vision he said. They're all circle jerking each other.
Don't offend anyone, okay? In this fantastical world with munchkins and tin men and animals that can talk. I'm like, oh yeah, just don't offend them. Anyway,
fucking hell.
That prompted the question where, like, they changed something in the source material to fit whatever narrative they wanted to do, and it just felt completely unnecessary. So the question that I wanted to talk to you about is: there's many other stories, whether it's anime, movie, whatever adaptation of a source material, where they change something for whatever reason. And so I want to talk about and also give examples of when that's for the better and when you've seen that, or when it's for the worse, with or without using examples. That's kind of what I want to talk to you guys about. When is it good to change something from the source material? When adapting, it could be to either TV show or to movie. If you see plays, then maybe adapting to the play.
I think it's going to be hard to give an example right off the top of my head right this moment.
Hey!
We got the killer attack dog over here.
You keep talking.
I'll grab it some time, because this is something that I've discussed in heavy rotation with. Do you want to go, Paul?
Oh no, I know which one you're going to bring, because we've been talking
about. What am I
going
to bring up?
The Boys.
The Boys is a very good. Yes, I was going to bring up that one and Lord of the Rings, both for different reasons, but. So I'll start with The Boys, since that's actually who I like, what I wanted to bring up.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil anything, but know that The Boys took a completely different direction. They've introduced different heroes, and the reason I think it works that they brought in these other heroes is because it moves the story in a specific direction where it makes sense, where they don't have to get so complicated with violence or some of the things that happen behind the scenes at Vought, right? The company that does the superhero stuff, and the government. So when it's good is when they use characters that they introduce that aren't from the original source material, but that is a pivot point for introducing a new idea or moving the plot along to further enhance either a character or the whole story itself. I'll give an example, not much of a spoiler, but there's a villain called Stormfront who steps in, and she becomes some aspect of like the side hand, or what is it, the right hand person to Homelander, who's the main villain, and her backstory plays fully into how they start developing Homelander further, how he kind of morphs his mind into what he becomes later in the seasons. And I know that Japorion probably is agreeing with this, but I think it's good to stray from the source material. If you're going to tell a story differently, you're going to need something to represent why you're showing it differently. So sometimes using a character or new characters can be that anchor to, okay, this is exactly why they're doing it. It makes sense to audience members. The people that are hyper fanatics might not enjoy it, but it still makes sense in the universe that it's creating.
Yeah, not to mention, in addition to what you said, is working with a new audience, right? Because you don't you have if you want the original story, you can go to the material and read it.
Correct.
I haven't fully read any of the boys. I mean, mostly it's you who have read it. But the fact that they're wrapping everything up in 5 seasons, and I think
it's fantastic.
Yeah, and from what you told me, like the comics are a lot longer, right? And the fact they're able to do that into a short amount, concise, and to the point. Of course,
yes.
Granted, it's not fully finished yet. We still have the final season to go, but the direction that they're going is basically trying to present the story in a way that it could be wrapped in an arc that doesn't drag for too long. Because
Correct.
It goes back into what we're saying. Like, if you have a show and if you milk it way too much, it could be for the better, for the worse. Especially now when it deals with a lot of people's attention span, they don't want things that are prolonged for too long. They want something short, concise, and simple. And I think the boys.
That's actually kind of something that's bugging me these days. Is everybody needs that instant gratification, and they need the stories told and done like right away.
It's sad, huh?
Yeah, it's kind of sad these days on that. Everything's like
sure, but 5 seasons I think is good.
No, I'm not. I don't mean
enough.
the boys. Sorry,
Yeah.
I just meant in general media. Everybody just wants like everything just one and done and move on to the next. Like attention spans are just kind of
blame it on social media.
Yeah, I blame
Yeah, no,
social
that's
media.
fair. Yeah.
But season 5, like I kind of got done with the boys because I felt like it was kind of getting milked by that. Like I think I ended with season 3. What was the one where like the politician you found out like she was the one that could pop heads? That's where I ended.
That was season
3.
Yeah,
3. So I mean, I mostly watched that one too because of Jensen Ackles that did what is it, Wonder Boy or Soldier Boy?
It's Soldier Boy.
Yeah.
He's from
Coming
Supernatural.
Yeah, it's from 2 because that's like my favorite TV show, right? So yeah, I was really happy to see him. But after that, it's just where it ended. I'm like, God, I don't know, man. This is not really going anywhere. It just keeps kind of like ending the same way. But if it's going to actually end, then I'll consider it when it's done.
And
But yeah,
the other guy who's also Supernatural is coming as well.
no kidding.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, Sammy's coming.
Yeah.
No way.
And keep this in mind. If you want to rewatch it, Miles, because I rewatched it again, and I was telling Japorion, I think that there's obviously an overarching story, but the cream of the best part of the story actually happens to be the progression of the characters' personalities, all of them. Well, the main 4 or 5 is if you focus on how they're developing the characters, because I thought it was very superficial and just satire to make things obviously shock value.
Yeah.
But the more I watched the show, when I rewatched the show, I focused on it, and I actually think they're doing a really, really good job at having certain events happen. I think all the actors are doing a fantastic job of portraying the emotional shifts in all their characters as the story gets told. Yeah. So that's my viewpoint of it.
No. Yeah, once it's done, I'll probably binge it. I don't know if I need to rewatch. I do remember quite a bit, but I get your point on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely. I like the boys. I was just kind of getting a little tired, wondering if they're just kind of milking it.
I was gonna say there's one that comes to mind, and I go using Boricua Senpai as one that he'll probably agree with too. Is with Lord of the Rings. So in books, right? You have the advantage of being able to explain a lot of abstract ideas in a clearer way because you're using these words to explain what's going on with something that you really can't see. So in the book, Sauron, he is this it's like a, I can't remember how to explain how they do it in the book, but it's very different. And Peter Jackson was like, I can't really explain Sauron being this entity that is everywhere but not really. And so he's like, well, how do we show him as this eye? So like they talked about it in the book, but like the tower you literally see is this eye of Sauron that's always like looking. And so that was like a big like stray from the source material, but I think it was a great way for us to really visualize what the power that he holds, the influence that he has, is it as this all-seeing eye that's up there that can pierce through things like it with different objects to see what's going on, so he can finally come back to full power. So like that I felt was a great stray from the source because it just helps you understand like just how strong, just how influential Sauron is. So I don't know if you wanted to add anything to that, Horse, because I know you love Lord of the Rings.
100%. That's Peter Jackson obviously read the books, like the source material, to think, how am I going to convey Sauron's presence? He couldn't. So he's like, because this is a visual storytelling, not you don't read it, that it's explained, it's not narrated, you just see it. So that's where, okay, on the tower, I'll place the eye, so that actually has nothing to do with the book, but it's a fantastic way to showcase his presence in the movie without saying like, oh, is this looming power that you just feel. So it's more tangible, I guess, and more palpable. Mm-hmm. The other part that I was telling David is how well they incorporated a lot of the elf scenes with the humans. And I say that because in the books, they actually don't interact a lot. So when you watch the second film, The Helm's Deep, when they're in the rain at the wall before it gets blown up, elves actually never arrived in the book. But I think Peter Jackson wanted to keep telling the story of how they wanted to honor what they had in the past, and instead of going to the past to kind of showcase the fellowships that they had, they decided to say, hey, we're here to honor the fellowship we used to have, type of thing. So I thought that was really cool, and obviously for visual effects, it was excellent and kind of exciting to see that. And then I think one of the very incredible purposes, or one of the most important pieces of the story, is at the end when Aragorn gets married, and the 4 hobbits are there at the wedding, and this is in Minas Tirith, where they're at the top. The king goes to them, and then they bow because he's the king, and he like stops them and he goes, no, my friends, you bow to no one. And so the king bows to them, and then the whole kingdom bows to them. In the book, he says that to them in like a forest setting in private. He doesn't say that in front of the whole kingdom. So again, in this story, I think Peter Jackson wanted to showcase essentially the true heroes of the story, which obviously the symbolism of the hobbits is even the most ordinary, humblest, and people can be the greatest influences in the world. So he decided to use the whole kingdom is going to bow to these 4 lowly human or beings, so to speak. And again, that's a beautiful way to incorporate something that's not from the source material and make it hyper impactful.
Yeah.
So are we talking about with this topic? Are we talking about the things that people did that made things better, or where it's also maybe worse?
Both.
Okay.
Both, yeah. Like just examples of why it was better, and so that's why I explained so much, is because that's why I think it made it better.
Okay.
I can think of some worse ones too, but go ahead. I have plenty of worse ones.
So do I.
I was gonna bring. Well, I brought this last time as well. Like I mentioned, like I had the opportunity to watch Frankenstein. It was the adaptation by Guillermo del Toro.
The new one with Oscar Isaac, right? That's a good film.
And I gotta say, it's one of my favorite movies that I watched of this year. I really enjoy it quite a bit. The original story, it was more of a cautionary tale of revenge and regrets. I like how the adaptation that Guillermo del Toro did, he primarily focused on parenthood and being a father and a child. And that's basically his whole premise. Being able, because the character Victor, who is the scientist, was affected by his father. And because of that, he was never that kid. He was always looking for other ways to innovate. But when he, per se, became a father by creating the monster, he basically repeated the same cycle of his father. And that's something
that's a good point.
Is not on the books. And even at the end, of the
Wait, what's this for? What movie or show is this?
Frankenstein.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. And the original ending of the book, the monster and Victor never talk and never basically reconcile, and there's a sense of regret from the monster as well. But in the movie, in the Guillermo del Toro adaptation, it kind of changes this, going back with the whole fatherhood period. Fatherhood team into seeking forgiveness basically at the end of the movie, I guess I can spoil it. The monster and Victor start talking, and they basically reconcile and trying to see each other's perspective, and to ask, and for Victor to ask for forgiveness for all the things that he have done to make the monster act the way that he did in the story. I really enjoy that, and I feel like it's a great adaptation. Once again, I think Guillermo del Toro, the way that he provides his storytelling with some of the themes that he was able to personalize with what he experienced as a kid with his father, I think it kind of resonates a lot from the storytelling perspective, and also from the parenthood perspective as well. So,
Okay. What about some bad ones?
Well, I got one.
All right.
Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
Well, from the source, I guess.
No, it's from the source. They insulted the source, the acolyte or whatever. So the whole premise of what made the franchise a franchise and the popularity and the original, the one was that prophecy, and it was a really big deal where they insulted that prophecy, and a couple witches can sing some stupid ass song and pull on some Force strings, and now you can make your own one. And Anakin's no longer special, and the Force doesn't matter. That was extremely insulting to the original source material. And Disney is failing so bad, they've canceled Rian Johnson's trilogy. They've canceled all their other movie projects. The whole franchise is losing money and failing. And they keep insulting this franchise for whatever reason. And that's a big one. On top of that, too, is like in the sequel trilogy, apparently you can just be powerful in the Force and not need a train or hold a lightsaber. And you got Grandmaster, Luke and Yoda, where they're moving like a boulder or a big thing, and then you got Rey that's trained for like 24 hours and she's lifting 800 boulders because she can. This kind of shit ruins lore. It ruins. You can't just grab something and just exemplify it. It's like I don't know. Like, say if it was in Dragon Ball, you've seen Goku, Gohan, and Goten, and they're all powerful, but then like Goten as a kid, and then now he has his like cosmic destroyer as a baby. It's just, it doesn't work. Like, you still got to respect like the source material, the scaling, how things work. The lore was established. It's what made people fall in love with it. And when you screw with the source material and change it your own way, especially when it's not your material, that's when I have a big problem with shows. Is anytime you do something like that with the lore, you can't just change the lore just because you feel like it.
And another example of that, now I think about it.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones.
Oh.
Which one?
Indiana Jones.
Okay.
So
With the aliens?
yeah, and then the one after, when it's like an old Indiana, that was
Oh yeah.
The Dial of Destiny?
I only watched like 20 minutes. I turned off the last one.
I was gonna say, for me, the first three are the best movies, especially number 3. I think that's my favorite of all of them.
That's actually my favorite too. I don't think you're alone in that one.
When it comes to the fourth, and this was done by the same guy who created
George Lucas.
Yeah. So that's the thing about this. He did it.
He created the 1 through 3, but the extras were not his. 4 and 5 are not George Lucas.
Did he provide some input?
They're Lucas films, but he didn't direct and write them. No.
Okay. Well, the fact is that they.
So there you go. There's your point.
No, but the fact that they changed the whole premise. That's
what I mean.
Yeah, it is definitely.
You can't do that, and they seem to do it with Lucasfilm type stuff, don't they?
They do. They do quite a bit.
That's how they do it, man.
And I gotta say, I enjoy watching those movies with my dad when I was a kid. We watched the last movie together, and I was like, man, this is weird. Because the fact that, Harrison Ford is old and playing a part in this character as well, I think there is a limit as to when you should draw this character. Now it feels kind of like sad.
Again, it's like with Star Wars. Like, you have established lore. Like, the universe is established. That's when it made it popular. You don't just have a new person come in and be an asshole and make their own lore. Like, you just don't do that.
And the thing about...
Well, when I say lore, is you change the lore, right? Like, everything you've known for 30 years, and let's just throw that in the garbage. That's when I have a problem with it.
Right. And
it's insulting.
And at least when Indiana Jones on the 4 movie, they were trying to like, okay, this is his kid. We're going to follow his story. But they never panned out. And I guess in the following movie, they end up killing him.
They kill him off screen or
they
something,
kill him off screen,
I think, yeah.
For sure. I'm like, okay, well, great. You just kind of ruined a couple of movies that I really enjoy. Like, so.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna watch any of the other.
I don't think there'll be any more.
I hope not.
I'm pretty sure that that's a
the
dead.
Shia LaBeouf thing didn't work out. So
Yeah, he died.
Well, not even that. I mean, he wasn't liked in the.
Yeah,
film
that's also
anyway.
true.
I mean, the only thing that
That's probably why they killed him off.
I could see happening. It would be a complete reboot, but I don't.
No.
I don't want people to touch that. Just keep it to the first 3, and that's about it.
Yeah.
I will add one. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, host. I think you were going to say something.
Oh, well, just to add. So I'll say this. And I'm not trying to offend anyone, but George Lucas is a sellout. If he had not sold it, those franchises specifically would be protected. He became a billionaire by selling Lucasfilms to Disney. So, I mean, if I'm blaming anyone, obviously Disney is the one ruining it, but it's George Lucas's fault for selling it. And I bring that up because I talk about this a lot with Japorian is I think that we're seeing some sort of, I'm not going to say revolution, but we're seeing more artists, more indie films, more indie games, concepts that are original, and they want to protect that so they won't sell out for money. Like, George Lucas was already a multimillionaire. Did he really need billions? From my perspective, no. Obviously, he had the right to. He could. He chose to, and it ruined a franchise. That's all I'm going to say on that.
Right. I guess my complaint wasn't like my complaint isn't the reasoning behind it or the blame, but just in the context, what we're talking about here is just, you have established lore, and then when somebody comes, like, how do you ruin the franchise, right?
No,
that's part of it.
I'm with you. I fully agree with you. I'm just saying I'm going to point a finger, and I'm pointing.
He points the finger. Maybe he points it more like, let's to the root of the problem. When did this start going? And that's what he's saying.
I'm with you. I do think because I haven't watched The Acolyte. I watched the last 3 of the Ray films or whatever. I didn't get I'm a very casual Star Wars fan, and even I walked away from like, this is not good at all. And I understand why people are mad about it because they did something similar with Lord of the Rings. Now, Lord of the Rings is still peculiar because Amazon has some rights to the characters and kind of, I guess, the universe, but
Amazon
not the full
does?
IP.
Yeah.
And one thing that really bothered me is they tried making the orcs family oriented. They completely erased how orcs were made. Orcs were made by being are captured elves essentially, and through cruelty and torture, and then they're like born out of like the grossness of the earth is how they're born. And then here they're like having families and they're being like good dads and mothers. Like, no,
weird.
What are you doing? So
There's diversity.
There's a diversity.
They want you to like sympathize with them, and they're meant to represent evil, so you don't sympathize with them. They're terrible creatures. But anyways,
I won't go into good.
I'm with you on it.
I won't go into like great detail on that, but with like the Lord of the Rings, what you're talking about also reminds me of the failure we're seeing with The Witcher. That's a great example of
I've
changing
heard of
the
that.
source material to why we're failing. And that series.
I talk about the series or the game. Talk about
the series in general, because the series, it was originally how the first like 2 seasons were. Well, not the second.
Talk about the
TV show.
The TV show was really like it was pretty respectful to the source material. Second season started diverting hard. Like,
isn't that why Henry Cavill left?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's why he left.
Pissed because they're changing everything, like all of the lore.
Mm-hmm.
I call that artistic integrity on Henry Cavill, so I applaud him for leaving if he didn't like it.
I do too. I applied him constantly on. You know what? A topic. Sorry, not to change topic, but a topic we need to talk about is about the Snyderverse coming back, and that's looking really, really real.
Oh
now.
yeah, that's.
We'll talk about that another.
That's
day.
weird. But anyway,
Anyway,
okay.
Go ahead, David.
I want to bring this. I people will say I'm beating a dead horse, but I will always
stop.
Bring this up. No, I will never stop. Okay, it has to do with Harry Potter. Okay,
I'm listening.
There are many examples that I can go into and be like,
we do a whole podcast on
horrible.
it.
Yeah, but the one I think that bothers me the most of everything has to deal with how they ended Voldemort. Because here's the thing: is
like,
Voldemort
what's his death?
Yeah,
the way it's supposed to die.
So Voldemort has in the book and even in the movies, he had always like said that he is better than everyone. Wizards are the best thing. Like, I am better than everyone. I am the strongest. I am above a human. Right? That was his whole like persona. I can't be touched because death doesn't really get me because I have his Horcruxes and all that. And in the book, right, he does kill Harry, but then Harry comes back. He chooses to come back, and he fights Voldemort, and he's in the presence of everyone, Death Eaters and everyone in Hogwarts. And that's when Voldemort shoots the killing curse, and Harry deflects it. I think with Expelliarmus. No, I can't remember what spell he uses. He deflects it, and it goes and he kills Voldemort. And Voldemort he literally just falls on his back and dies. He dies like a regular human being, showing that for all that he talked about, he was just merely a human. He wasn't anything greater than that. He was just a human. In the movie,
More machine now. Than
yeah.
man.
In the movie, like I understand what they were trying to do. They're trying to make this fight so personal between Harry and Voldemort that like they do that weird like apparition smoke thing. They land in the courtyard, and then it doesn't really explain it, but
They fly together.
yeah, they fly together. Yeah, they're like, oh! They get to their wands, they shoot it. They're on this stalemate, and then what really ends up happening is when what's his name? What was the other? What's the
Neville?
what?
Neville?
Neville. When Neville kills Nagini,
Oh, with the sword, yeah.
like for some reason that's also like the final thing, and that's for whatever reason makes Voldemort powerless, and then he uses Expelliarmus to disarm him, and then he like withers to ash.
That was lame.
Like
Wizarding at to Ash.
yeah, he withers to ash. It's like so they're really showing that he really was above. He was this supernatural thing that he doesn't even die a proper. He has a supernatural death. And it
Goes again with
it
his
goes
whole-
against to what they were trying to say is that Voldemort was just a man. And I every time I watch it every year, I get upset at that part now. Like of all the other parts that I have a complaint with, I think this is now my biggest complaint because it just doesn't it doesn't show that the kids are like
valid.
that they were right. It shows that Voldemort was right. I am above humans because I even died in a supernatural kind of way.
Never thought about that. I like that argument. It's actually really good.
No, it's straight.
I mean,
Yeah, it's almost like with it's the opposite of what they did in Game of Thrones, and spoilers, I guess, if you really care about it and haven't watched it. So Cersei, which is I think probably one of the best characters. She's a piece of shit,
Arguably,
but I
yeah.
like her character.
Yeah.
She dies with no audience, like a death that's like her whole aspect is being so grandiose and unavoidably like you can't ignore her. She always gets her way. She is like the epitome of look at me, I am power.
Yeah, I
and when
agree.
she dies, it's literally alone in the most
it was dumb.
anticlimactic death. So it was like poetic justice. And yes, I'm with you, David, on that. I think they betrayed the human. I guess he wasn't human, but you know what I mean. The simplicity of what like Voldemort's life was just as disposable as everybody else's.
I mean, J.K. put that message there, and it was ignored. But people don't realize the importance of that, of what she was really trying to do at the end for that finale.
I mean, like
And what I'm saying is the finale is supposed to have real purpose, like a deeper meaning.
Yeah, like-
and what I'm saying is it got skipped over.
well, I think the moment that I felt
it became Hollywoodized rather than it
will-
lost the soul of it.
I talked to host about this. The moment that they completely screw up when it comes to Voldemort is the way that he was introduced. I think there's so much
In the first movie, or talking about like when he comes back?
when he comes back.
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, because in the first movie, you definitely see like, okay, this is something scary. Like the face, I can see the evilness that this person has become a monster because of his desire to be above everything else. When he gets revived in the fourth movie, he looks like a goofball.
Yeah,
And
I can
think-
see that. I still think to this day he kind of looks a little good.
And that was a wasted opportunity. That was the moment to introduce one of the biggest characters,
Villains, yeah.
villains in history, among the lines of Darth Vader and some of the other like cannibal
Iconics.
Yep.
right? But no, and it kind of bothers me initially because the way that was introduced. The first way, I think I mentioned this before. The way that I found out how the character was supposed to look like was when I played the game before the movie came out. Back in the old days, they used to release the game and the movies. I finished the game, and when I got to Voldemort, like, this is not Voldemort. They probably made a mistake. But lo and behold, it was the same Voldemort as the one in the movies. Like, it was an ugly introduction.
Hideous.
Yeah.
I guess Harry Potter has a lot of missed opportunities they did realistically. I mean, I think just them losing, just
Yeah,
stuff
because sometimes we watch it with nostalgia. Don't get me wrong. Like I love Harry Potter. I think it's a great book.
it's one of the best franchises ever made. Yeah.
Adaptation was. There's a whole different conversation in that.
Well, like I think like with Neville, that was the biggest thing is how important he was in the story and like how they missed the whole idea of like the Bellatrix stuff and especially in the Order of the Phoenix, a lot of that was skipped over of why he's so pissed.
His parents, like
that's what I mean. That was a very big plot line, and Neville's like, I mean, he was borderline almost like the main character in a sense. That they could have written the story about him. But the movies, they just didn't really do justice or satisfaction of like why he's upset and why he's mad, and the whole idea was Bellatrix killing his parents, and like there's a lot of missed opportunities. It was very well developed in the book, so they kind of skipped over.
Yeah, I mean, Voldemort backstory, like once again, it's something that it felt like it's very essential to the story.
Very, yes.
And it goes completely thrown aside.
Like the whole point that he wasn't born out of love. Is like the kind of the really big reason like why he is the way that he is.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's never explained.
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
I guess to kind of counteract that, some stuff that I think that they really did do well was, I always thought it was kind of funny that they made a big deal about doing like non-verbal spells, like in the book. Like it was this whole like thing that they had to that all of them had to learn.
Oh yeah.
And I remember in the movies they actually took that away, and actually like I felt it was really good.
I did too.
Like it was like because like I kept thinking like it'd be kind of stupid if you kept saying like expel armor,
And I agree. It kind of reminds me of like an anime, right? They always got to say their signature moves, which is typical in like every anime.
Smash.
But sometimes like we don't need some of the greatest moments, like when Goku does a Kamehameha or Gohan and they say nothing. I have no problem when I see that. I have no problem with it. And I think with the spells, I agree. Like when you see the big battle in like Hogwarts and they're just flipping their wands at each other, everybody, or like that amazing scene in Order of the Phoenix when they're all fighting the Death Eaters and they're, fighting around with Harry and everybody. And when they're not saying the commands all the time, it's brilliant. Or like with
when Sirius was fighting,
that's why I was serious when he just kind of does the finish and he just like hits. It's so impactful, and there's no words needed to be done on it. It's brilliant.
So I think that was a great decision that they made for the movie. Was like that's just something that we don't need to do. And I was like, I applaud them for that.
I do. I agree with.
Like
that.
I said, I do have a lot of stuff that I could go forever for Harry, but I also applaud them. For the stuff that they did really well on. Yeah. I think they butchered Ron. I think that's probably also the second biggest thing that they ever did is they did Ron dirty.
I think they made Snape come to life better than the book inside the live action. I really think Albert Rickman killed that. He made that as well.
I don't actually would want to talk to you about this in a later, more about, because they made him more likable. But I actually liked that he wasn't like that in the book. In the book, he was not. He was way more ruthless.
Way worse.
He was worse to Harry for no reason. Like
I agree.
Like now, like when you watch the movies, like he was like mean, but he wasn't like overly like brutal or like violent.
He was contained.
Yeah. In the book, he's off his chains. Like he does stuff to Harry and to Hermione that's like, oh, he did that to protect him. Like no, he did that because he was also like mad. He also is like still pissed off at Harry because of what James did, and he's taking it out on Harry. Like he also was a piece of crap. But in the movies, like they softened that, which that's her take. But I would always want to talk about like let's compare different scenes that happened in the book, how they were different than the movie, and you'll see this gap just way bigger. Of like, yeah, Alan Rickman did a great Snape. And I'm never going to deny that.
JK's too say she kind of like she visualized him as that character as well. She mentioned,
I think that's what.
And then she also told him like, was it movie 2? She told him the ending of him, which is brilliant. So he knew how to act a certain way to get to that end scene. So maybe that's why he put. I'm just assuming. I have no idea, but it might be a good indicator of why he maybe acted in that heartfelt more rather than the book, because he knew the ending, so he wanted to make it a bit more impactful in a way. I'm just throwing out an idea. I don't know.
I think because here's like one of the biggest things. So like, you know how a lot of people who love Snape, their favorite.
That's my favorite character.
Their favorite line from the movie, is when Dumbledore asks him like. Literally after he says always. And I keep thinking like I don't think these people have read the book because you don't understand the context of what's going on. No. Because in the context of the book, But don't in the movie, he also asked him, "Don't tell me you now have grown fond of the boy."
Yes.
And in the movie, he just does his Patronus, right? In the book, he says the boy, like he's offended that Dumbledore says it, and then he whips out his Patronus to show, like, the boy, I could care less about Harry. I did this for Lily.
I personally like the movie version of that with him saying nothing, because it just shows he's skipping everything. It's a love of Lily that makes him protect the boy. It's not the boy specifically.
Right. But in the book, she made Snape to be much more selfish.
Right.
So that's why when people say, like, my favorite line is, he says, always, it's like, yeah, because he's basically saying, I could give two shits about Harry. If Harry dies, fine. The only reason I'm even protecting him is because of Lily. And in the movie,
a lot of people's favorite, actually.
A lot of people that like Snape, yeah.
Oh,
that's like their favorite, because they're like, oh my gosh, he always loved Lily. I'm like, yeah, he doesn't give a crap about Harry.
Mine is actually and Snape's my favorite character. That's the wand I bought, right? But anyway, my favorite line actually is the scene where you find out about the double agency with him and Dumbledore, when he says, do you ever think to ask, like, what I want, that maybe I don't want to do this, that maybe you ask too much? Mm-hmm. That's the one where I got really emotional with, because I realized how much pain and how much he's really sacrificing. If I'm going to say any of the lines for me, that's one that hit me more than anything. You got to see that inner thing of how much sacrifice he's done for Dumbledore. And I understand Dumbledore helped him get to where he's at and lead the Death Eaters and leave Voldemort's army kind of stuff. I get it. But that vulnerability, you don't really see vulnerability with Snape too much. And that part, and knowing the whole end of his life, that to me is my favorite.
And once again, they had an opportunity to deliver a little bit more of backstory. They could have easily show after the betrayal, like, all the struggles he went through.
There's a lot. See, the pensive in the book, when Harry, that chapter is a lot longer. A lot more happens. Yeah. You get more backstory.
A lot more.
Yeah, of what happens. Like, again, they try to make Snape be more sympathetic to Snape. I get that. That's what they were doing. No, I get but, like, you also get to see why Lily stopped talking to Snape in the book, right? Because he calls her a mudblood, and he calls her that because of what's going on with James. And that's what basically rips their friendship apart. Right, they skipped all that in the pensive. There's again all the other brutal stuff that James did. Also, the fact that
James was a piece of shit.
Yeah, the fact that James was going to let Snape die.
He was.
No, he was gonna have Lupin. He was gonna have Lupin kill Snape.
Yeah,
they're gonna and Sirius was also like, he's like going to James like, why are you chicking out, man? We're gonna have Lupin kill Snape basically. And James like chickens out the last moment. It's like, so they
chill.
Yeah, so they made him more like, he's more good, he's more bad, even though they did show James being a bit of a bully, but they didn't show to what extent James was going to freaking do. James was going to commit murder because they didn't like Snape.
Can't wait to see how the live action is going to get past that portion of that scene now.
I wonder, and I guess we'll talk about this in a later time, I wonder how people's perception of Snape will change, if it will change when the series, sticks.
It's going to be a race thing, and that's what I don't like about it, because that's not the point of the scene, but it's going to make regular viewers see it that way.
When
and
it
it's
comes
typical
to
Hollywood.
that aspect, the bar has been raised quite a bit. And being able to...
It's Alan Rickman, yeah, good luck.
Being able to do that, they probably had to have a different approach.
But they didn't need to do a color swap, because it's going to cause other issues and scenes in the future.
I thought that he got fired.
No, he didn't.
Oh. That was a rumor, rumor, but that's not true.
And again, the problem I have is
thinking out loud.
Yeah, it is because again, like, that's the thing, is like that bullying scene is going to have a different visual aspect now because of this cast.
There's racism.
Well, I think that's what Hollywood kind of wants, and then it's just Saint's my favorite character, but to change something that impactful to a more modern day political social thing is just I have a feeling it's just not going to go well. I'm sorry.
Pull the brakes and like, hey, let's analyze this week. This is a chance that we can
deliver.
You
have 6 seasons until you get to that point.
Maybe you can pull on Michael Jackson.
Then we'll just sound like the old boomers now.
We'll be in our 40s when that part comes in. So
yeah, you're right.
That's true.
Maybe he'll bleach his skin in the show.
There you go. Oh my God.
Magic.
Yeah, it's magic.
And again, I hear the actor's incredible, and he probably is, but like his name being Snape is going to be hard to turn that away.
I was going to say, going back into the topic of some of the stories as well, a great adaptation that I think it has been an improvement was the movie It from the original TV movie that came out.
Dude, Stephen King is a freaky weird writer. He is so weird.
There's a lot of like
did you ever read the book It?
Hell nah.
That thing is like 800
Why would
pages.
I read that as a kid?
I didn't say as a kid. I just asked if you've ever read it.
No, hell no.
It's really interesting.
You read it?
Yeah.
How was it?
Dude, I don't like reading his stuff.
he gets
Is it
nasty.
because of his writing style?
Yeah, you can say that because some of his writing style he gets very explicit.
He gets explicit, but it's more like I don't want to know that stuff.
Let me ask you this: like when we saw the episode, I think 2 of Derry, where the whole he's like a mother kind of thing. That was pretty effed up, right?
Yeah.
Without getting into too much detail,
That's like
would he write like very detailed about that?
Yeah.
Scene? Oh, okay, I get you.
But
now.
like it's more like he wrote stuff. I swear wrote stuff when he was like high on cocaine.
He was.
Yeah, because he was high on drugs
Yeah,
on a lot of the
drugs.
But like in the end of the part 1, I don't. You probably heard this before, right? You know how in the movie they make a pact, they make a blood pact with the.
Yes.
They don't do that in the book.
Oh, they don't.
No, so
Oh, that's pretty okay.
The girl has sex with each of the boys, and that's their pact.
At that age.
At that age,
I thought that was a rumor. That's
no,
real.
that is in the book.
Yeah.
And he wrote, he's like, oh, it's
Aren't
not
they
a
all
sexual. So his response was, this was my way of writing that they're no longer kids, they're adults now, kind of thing. Like they're in another stage because they're. And I was like, dude, you're a freaky deaky writer. You stop this.
Yeah.
That's some weird shit.
That's one. The other one is like the ending as well. Like in the ending of the movie, the way that illustrates the creature that can kill it in the book is very abstract.
So in the book, right, the deadlights, that's basically what it is. It, the clown that you see, is just his manifestation in this universe. Matron is like the opposite of it, which is this big turtle. Yeah, and they basically that thing can defeat the deadlights, which is what it is.
Interesting.
Yeah, so they go into way more lore in the movie. They couldn't really go way deep into it. In the show, you see a little bit more of it. You see the girl; she's always wearing like the turtle bracelet.
I never realized that.
If you notice that's Matron like protecting her. That's why she's not killed yet.
Well, son of a bitch.
And also, if you look,
well, the more you know. So,
and then when in It, the first movie, right, you see the Lego of the turtle. That was also a way of showing that him and the Losers Club are being protected by Matron.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Okay, interesting. Wow.
So I do feel
So do you like that better? Like how they're adapting some of those like little Easter eggs a little bit better? Or?
Well, they're connecting a lot more to his universe because Shawshank, right? You know that Stephen King. That's also you saw in Welcome to Derry. They reference Shawshank.
They did rank that. Yep.
Yeah, so they're in the same universe. It's really close to Derry. It's not in Derry. But it is in near.
Is most of Stephen King's writing and stories, are they mostly all in the same universe or only some?
some
of them. So the
Turgo's referencing on their book.
Did you see the guy in The Shining? Did you watch The Shining?
I haven't completed it, but I've seen.
So you know the caretaker, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, he is the guy who has the visions in Welcome to Derry.
No shit.
Yeah, that's the same character.
Okay, cool.
So that is canonical to his universe.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, but
Awesome.
I think I'd say the adaptation, I feel like it goes a little bit away from the original story, but in a good way.
Yeah, he's a freaky weird writer that I wouldn't want to read any of his other books.
That's true. Although some of the books are pretty good and making good money.
Did Stephen King do Pet Sematary?
I
believe he did.
He did.
I think so.
Yeah, that was a fucked up movie.
I wouldn't be surprised to have a remake.
Well, his first book was what was that?
The Longest Walk.
Yeah.
Which one?
The Longest Walk, is that the one?
Oh, I didn't know
That's
that.
his first book.
He wrote under a different name.
Yeah. But I think that was his first.
His artist name was different?
Yeah, but that was his first, I believe, his first published book.
The Long Walk.
The Long Walk. Interesting.
Yeah, check it out. I think it's definitely a good movie.
That book also ends differently than the movie.
That I didn't know because I haven't read the book. But I did enjoy the way that it's presented. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. Well, I'm going to end it there. We had a lot of good talks.
Yeah.
I got called a MILF, which I never thought in my life I'd be called. And it's
Diego missed that one.
King Kurisinche.
yeah, right. Stephen King Kurisinche.
I love that.
Oh, that's your new nickname, Stephen King Kurisinche. Freaking host, always thinking on his feet. Love it. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Remember, you can watch this episode first on YouTube, and then 2 weeks later, you can hear him on the podcast apps that you use, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Podomatic, wherever you listen to podcasts. Remember to follow us on all of our social media, on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, at Chimino Podcast, capital C, capital N, capital P. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We will see you later. This is David the Smash Fan.
Jump over here.
Miles, your tech guy.
Boricua Senpai.
The Chimino Podcast. Boom!